4.
Well, students and staff from Duluth Schools sounded off at the school board's listening session for the second time in the last month regarding the displacement of 41 positions within the district. Tonight, many of the remarks were about the displacement of Duluth East Dean of Students and assistant football coach David Clark. A student says Clark serves as a father figure for him, and other students strongly disapproving of the decision to get rid of his position. Others expressed the importance of Clark's contributions to ensuring students have good attendance and overall support.
Our Dean of Students meets with hundreds of students each semester about their attendance, hosting restorative, in-person, one-on-one conversations about their attendance and creating attendance contracts.
Some of the meeting also expressed concerns about 2 library media specialists who are also among the 41 people cut. Superintendent John Magas previously told Northern News Now the decision was not easy, and they are really trying to make the best choices with a focus on impact to students. Now, this does come as Duluth is forced to make $7.6 million in cuts over the next 2 years. This comes after a failed referendum from May, which would have given Duluth Schools an extra $5.2 million every year for the next 10 years.
The two